students. I, Siddharth Joshi, would like to welcome you again in our active and passive grammar series. So in the previous video, I have taught you about some of the prerequisites which were forms of verbs, and even I have taught you about some of the most essential words before we learn active and passive voice, that was subject, verb and object. So today I am going to start what is called active voice and what is called passive voice, and in this video we are going to take two of the tenses also as far as the active and passive voice is concerned. So let's start. Active voice. Active voice is, if you are talking about the definition of active voice, the subject is doing the action and also the subject is shown in the beginning of the action. In most of the English sentences, in our informal talks, in our casual talks, usually we use active voice language, in which subject comes first and the action which is done by the subject is shown at the beginning. So for example, let me give you an example of active voice sentence, that Reena goes to school. So here Reena is the subject, goes is the verb, and to the school is the object. So as we have already discussed in the previous video, that what is called subject, what is called verb and what is called object. So here is the active voice sentence where subject Reena comes first. So it is the active voice sentence, and the general structure, let me repeat, the general structure of active voice sentence is subject plus verb plus object plus other words. This is the general structure. However, the structure of the active voice sentence would be varied tense by tense. So we will discuss each and every structure of the active voice sentence as well as passive voice sentence when we come across different tenses. Okay? So now let me come to the passive voice. Now passive voice sentence is where action is done by the subject just like the active voice sentence, but the only thing is that object of the sentence would be shown at the beginning of the sentence and subject of the sentence would be shown at the back of the sentence, at the end of the sentence. For example, if we are talking about the passive voice sentence example, cricket is played by Rohit. So if we are talking about cricket, in this particular sentence is the object, right? And Rohit is the subject. However, playing cricket action is done by the Rohit only, but Rohit being the subject of the sentence is shown at the last, and cricket being the object of the sentence is shown at the beginning. Now you must be wondering, student, that we have been learning active and passive voice since so many years, but we haven't understood yet that why this kind of activity is going on. Why we need to learn active and passive voice. So let me tell you, students, that passive voice is used in formal language. Formal language means if you are talking about newspaper articles, where any of the magazine reports, any of the any of the speeches of Prime Minister, any of the speeches of ministers, usually these kind of a formal speeches or any of the bank statement, this kind of a formal language is used for specifically passive voice language. Why? Because over there active voice sentence is used, or it looks informal, that's why. So in order to learn formal language writing, we must understand the passive voice. Now let me tell you the general structure of passive voice sentence, the way I told you about the general structure of active voice. General structure of the passive voice is object plus V3 plus by plus subject plus other words. Now if we are talking about why only V3, so past participle verb form is permanent in passive voice sentence. So let me repeat, the general structure of the passive voice sentence is object plus V3 plus by plus subject plus other words. However, again, as I told you in the active voice sentence as well, that passive voice sentence structure is varied tense by tense. So we would discuss when we will start with the tenses. Okay. Before we start, let me give you one very important note, students, that However, there are 12 different types of tenses, but passive voice sentence cannot be formed in 4 different tenses. So let me tell you in which 4 tenses passive voice sentence is not possible. First is future continuous tense. Second is present perfect continuous tense. Third is past perfect continuous tense. And fourth is future perfect continuous tense. In these 4 different categories, passive voice sentence is not possible. Why? When we come to these tenses, I will definitely let you know that why these 4 tenses, in these 4 tenses, passive voice sentence is not possible. So let's start with the first tense. How we are going to learn? I will tell you the tense and then active voice structure and passive voice structure, and also will provide you 2 examples of each. So let's start with the first tense today, that is simple present tense. Active voice structure of the simple present tense is subject plus V1 or V5 plus object plus other words. So this is the active voice structure of simple present tense. Now let me tell you the passive voice structure for the same. Object plus is MR plus V3 plus by plus subject. Now these are the structure of active voice and passive voice in simple present tense. Now let's frame the sentence, students. Let me give you, I will provide you one example of active voice, right? And also let you know how to convert or how to transform that sentence into passive voice, right? You just need to stick the appropriate words according to the given structure, so that it would be very much easier for you to understand, and you will be able to transform by yourself also. So first example is examiners check the papers. Let me repeat, examiners check the papers. Now here what I have provided you is the active voice sentence. Now you need to transform it into passive voice. How you will do? Just look at the structure, students. Active voice structure is subject plus V1 or V5 plus object plus other words. So if you just bifurcate this example into active voice structure, then first word is examiners. Examiners means it is the subject plus check is V1, the papers, right? The papers is the object. So now you need to transform into passive voice sentence. So what is the structure of passive voice, students? Passive voice structure is object plus is MR plus V3 plus by plus subject. So here what you need to do? You just need to bifurcate the subject and object, and you need to convert V1 into V3. That's very simple, students. So what is the object of the sentence? The papers, right? Let me tell you, students, whatever articles are there in front of the object, you need to carry those articles A, N and the along with the object. So don't forget it. So here we will take the object first, the papers, right? Now the papers is a plural object. That's why we will put R. The papers are. Then check was V1 we have used in the active voice. It will be converted into V3. So papers are checked. Then by will remain by, and what was the subject? Examiners. So here is your sentence ready. The papers are checked by examiners. So don't you think so? It's very easy, right? So now another example I would like to give you, that Amrish takes his breakfast every day. So here is the sentence, Amrish takes his breakfast every day. So here in this case, let's put the same formula of what the structure I have already given, that I have provided you the active voice sentence. Now you need to transform into passive voice. How you will do? You just need to recognize first that what is the subject. So as Amrish word comes first, so obviously it is subject, right? So Amrish is the subject, right? Takes is the V5, as we have put S already, that's why Amrish takes his breakfast is the object and every day is the other word. So now you need to convert into or transform it into passive voice sentence. So his breakfast would be the object, so his breakfast would come first. His breakfast, right? Now his breakfast is a singular thing, so you need to put is here. His breakfast is taken by Amrish. Every day will remain every day at its place. You no need to change that particular what you can say other words. Let them remain at that particular place only. So his breakfast is taken by Amrish every day. So this is the simple present tense, right? Now let's start with the second tense, that is simple past tense. In simple past tense, again, as I have already given you active and passive voice structure, in simple present tense, let me provide you the active voice structure of simple past tense. Subject plus V2 plus object plus other words. This is the active voice structure of simple past tense. Now let me give you the passive voice structure of simple past tense. You just need to do one little change, one miniature change, students, nothing else. Instead of is in simple present tense, you have put here, you need to put was were, nothing else. So passive voice structure of the simple past tense is object plus was were plus V3 plus by plus subject. So here is the passive voice structure. Now let me give you first example. He slapped the street boy. Let me repeat my example. He slapped the street boy. So now you need to transform it into passive voice sentence. I have provided you active voice sentence. So he, here is the subject, slapped is V2 and the street boy is the object. So you just need to put the object at the first. So the street boy, then the street boy is a singular, so you need to put was. The street boy was slapped will remain slapped only because V2 and V3 of slapped is same. That's why the street boy was slapped by, he will become him here. So ultimately your sentence is ready. The street boy was slapped by him. Let me give you second example. We ate the lunch yesterday. This is the example. We ate the lunch yesterday. So here you need to transform it into passive voice structure or passive voice sentence. So obviously we here is the subject, ate is V2, the lunch is object and yesterday is other words. So yesterday you need to you don't need to what you can say move yesterday because it is other words, so let that in its place only. You just need to swipe out subject and object. So what is the object here in this particular sentence, right? In this sentence the object is the lunch, right? So the lunch, as it is singular, so we will put was only. The lunch was, right? The lunch was eaten. It will become eaten when it comes to V3. The lunch was eaten by, we will become us, right? Yesterday. So let me repeat the passive voice structure or passive voice sentence. The lunch was eaten by us yesterday. So I think you must have understood these two tenses. I will come up with more number of tenses. We are going to complete 8 different tenses. Today we have seen active and passive voice definition, as well as we have seen 2 of the tenses along with its examples and its structures. In next video we are going to take 6 different tenses, right? And then we will move ahead and we will complete this active and passive voice series with utmost fun. I hope this video is very much helpful and it would enhance your writing and grammatical skills. Thank you and have a nice day.